I'm trying to see something. Yeah, I'm really trying to see something. And I just went live for a reason. I was just gonna make a video. I don't even. It's damn near 1 in the morning, and I'm in Cali, so I know everybody's asleep. Ain't nobody paying attention to my live, but people will check it out later. But I maybe wanted to see one comment or two just to get an understanding. I need some clarity. Look here, family. You see the title. Now, Chief X with this common sense science. So check it out. I'm listening to hundreds of people um, over the last 2 months. Say it. Over the last 2 months, talk about the polite case and in while we do that, just the topic of Dr. York comes up, which is okay. Um, but I'm dumbfounded on how many people I hear who is a follower, used to be a follower, or never was a follower. I'm dumbfounded by the words people use to describe him. Let's push away the molestations and all that old stuff. Put that, just move that aside for a second. Act like, act like for this, just for the second, it never happened. And we're just talking about Dr. York and his teachings and what he did. And I'm going to bring in Farrakhan on this too. Now, let's focus on York for a second. Everybody's saying he's brilliant and he taught some good stuff. Now, set aside the molestation, the rape, and all that old shit. And he taught some good stuff, and he saved my life, and he helped me out. And these words they're using and terms they're using, right? Now, let me see if somebody said something. Now, I'm 51. I've been in this movement since 1992. I never heard of Dr. York until I got on YouTube. West Coast, people ain't heard of no goddamn Dr. York like that. Unless they're older and just heard the news and stuff in that time. Or, but we didn't really hear about no Dr. York on the West Coast. See, people I used to study up under and follow, who lived in Los Angeles, Ashwar Kwesi, and Steve Coakley, and they were people I see it on the regular. You know what I mean? Steve Coakley I knew, and things like. But what I'm saying is, people must have no professionals in their family or their life or as friends that are like educated to think that they're being taught some good deep shit. Now, let me say this. Dr. York has extreme intelligence. He has potential. And he has a gift. He has a gift of gab. But men like him misuse their gift. You know what I'm saying? People have a gift and they misuse their gift, right? And they are like what they used to say, Hitler was wickedly great. You understand what I'm saying? Like when I got on YouTube, I listened to all Dr. York's teachings on YouTube. I used to sit and listen to his lecture because from the West Coast, we didn't really hear about him until YouTube came out. So YouTube came out. I used to say, "Who is this cat? Strange cat to me." And I'm listening to his lectures, and he sounds intelligent. He's saying stuff that sounds deep and feel good, but the dots don't connect. You know, as people pontificate, but the dots don't connect in my mind. Now, if people on a lower level or less educated, it may make them feel good and sound like some deep shit and, stir them up. Like, let me use them. Like, my lady friend, she's an assistant principal at a high school. She has a master's degree in education. This is like somebody I talk to daily and can communicate with, right? And learn from and reciprocate all that type of stuff. I had an ex who had a PhD in vision science before. You know what I mean? So I used to do real estate, and my mentors were millionaires. I mean, black brothers that just with bachelors and got into real estate, and brilliant men who just became millionaires, and you know what I mean. So I've had professional friends and family. My brother, my blood brother, we used to battle intellectually growing up. You know what I mean? He does well in life. You know what I mean? So to me, I see and hear people different. Now, I want to speak to a Nuwaubian in a friendly conversation on a live one day. Send me one. Because it was nothing ever deep that I heard, or some teachings that are like real and true. So how did he help your life, or how does he help people's life? What benefit is it in misinformation? Like, for instance, they say the same thing about Farrakhan as far as he's building. Dr. York built a nation, which is cool. But he built that. You get what I'm saying? That was his shit. It's not your shit. It's not the members' shit. He go, everything gone. So it's like Farrakhan. All the members claim this nationhood. What nigga can get up off the street 2 months ago, come into the Nation of Islam right now in 2021 and act like they got something and he got something. What the fuck is you got? You just walked in the door. That's Farrakhan's shit. No, nobody else has anything. Like Farrakhan. We got the economic blueprint plan. 20 fucking years, everybody's been donating to the economic blueprint plan. And what has come of it? That goes in his pocket. Y'all ain't building shit. Why does the members claim that they're building when only one man is building? When only one man's pockets are getting fat? All them donations and sales from newspapers and bean pies and all that money goes up to the top in his pocket. Don't nobody have no life plan. They're going to get some residuals from this. You got a farm. And not one member of the Nation of Islam got an apple from the goddamn farm. Ever. Understand what I'm saying? The Nation of Islam, this farm, we got this. You don't even get an apple from the farm. A watermelon, nothing ever. The farm is on welfare right now. Do you understand? The farm, this is a farm, what was on welfare. It's barren. Nothing's there on the farm. There's no activity. It's one man sitting up in a shack in a big old mobile home like he's just guarding the fucking area. Google, run Google Maps over. It's no activity going on. Nobody's getting shit from the farm. Nobody's getting shit from anything. Residuals, the economic blueprint plan for 20 fucking years or more. Nobody got shit. It's nothing in it for you. I know people who've been was members for 10 years. Now they're not members no more. What did you benefit all these years? That's Farrakhan's shit. When he goes, it's over. Dr. York goes, it's over. What I'm saying is, you members, you never were building shit. Farrakhan and Dr. York were building shit for them. Off your backs. I live in LA. I used to go to mosque number 27. I know niggas on the corners for 2 decades. These same homies. I pass by and be like, what's up? All up and down for 20 years. You still selling bean pies in newspapers and running around in a fucking suit in 90-degree weather. And if you don't meet your quota, 20 years down the drain, you get no benefits. What do you mean building? I'm not even on my webcam. I'm on my phone. I was just sitting here and just reading some comments and listening to people. Now, besides all that financial bullshit that you guys never will benefit from and never have, what teachings were good? I've listened to hundreds of lectures over the years on YouTube of Dr. York. I never received any truth. The history was horrible. The science was horrible. Every nook and cranny of the teaching was straight bullshit. What truth? What brilliance? What did you learn that you could apply? So people need to start saying he sounded good when he pontificated. But he didn't kick no truth. He parroted those before him. And if you thought he was teaching besides the molestation shit, just get that out your mind for a minute. Talk to me about them teachings. Which can someone in the comments when I finish or whatever, can somebody, hold on, put a video in the comments that was some right information. When you talk about, I want right knowledge, give me right knowledge. Post a video in the comments that was some right knowledge and that was some truth. Maybe I'm missing something. So when you say he's brilliant, what you're saying is he was a good hustler and he had a gift of gab. And he was a great psychologist, basically. You're not saying he taught some truth, are you? Or he was brilliant in some discovery or in some science you know what I mean? Like, what the hell are you talking about? For the last 2 months, niggas been saying he been teaching good shit. And he changed their lives and shit. Everybody I know who was down life is 80% of them is bad. When I got on Facebook, I started eyeballing all these new whoppings and shit was on Facebook. Like, what the fuck? And I observe and go through their pictures and shit. You know, I be observing shit, doing my little. And I'm like, everybody seems like they got mental health problems. What are y'all talking about? Y'all don't have Nuwapian friends on Facebook or whatever social media are, and they don't all seem strange? See, in my opinion, he ruined an entire black community. There was no benefit. Nobody got anything good out of it. You are not the wiser. Nobody became the wiser. Everyone got dumbed down. If you want to just be real about it, everyone got dumbed down, miseducated, and deceived. What was the benefit? What was the truth? Where's it at? Post me a couple videos in this comment that he said some real shit. I need to know. I need to know if 75% of y'all is crazy or not. I'm trying to figure something out. I'm trying to figure it out. What y'all talking about? Let me see. Okay, so WAP Funk says, let me just and I'm not mad if anybody's, I just trying to understand something. So I was just going on my rant. So WAP Funk, I think you may have been a supporter. I don't know if you weren't typing in there. You said I don't even fuck the black evangelism, whatever that means. But at least it empowered our people. It empowered them. So did you hear anything I said? You're under the impression it improved people's lives? Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to get an understanding. Because that's what empowered means. I've seen a lot of people's power taken away. Let's talk some reality for a minute. Let's get out this fantasy land. I think we are Facebook. Yeah, we are Facebook friends. No, but I do think people need to change their Facebook picture every goddamn now and then. He was the king of nonsense. Actually, it was a Colt Porterfield. Leader with fake ass if I'm part of the 25th who ain't crazy. Okay. So I'm trying to understand something, WAP Punk. The information he put out was always other people's research, but he would just switch some words up. He taught good stuff concerning the Bible and Quran. Well, I think he misinterpreted a lot of stuff in the Bible and Quran. And how should I say it? He conveyed information in the Bible, Quran that he learned to the people in a different way and in a different context. So that's the technology he was on. You know. She said, I'm on fire tonight. Jail doctrine. Tribe of Shabazz. I knew back then York teaching was BS. We was from Ritz, you know. So let me tell you. Now, I got with I never got suited with it. My flashpoint was an NOI, right? So I used to go to the mosque every weekend, Mosque 27. I even went to hear Dr. Khaled Muhammad live in 1985 at Long Beach State College, because I was hanging around the Black Student Union at Long Beach City College. And so that was my flashpoint. And I was entertained with the message. And I used to go every Sunday. I used to even sit just like they sit in the audience. But, you know, I'm a loner type, so I never fell all the way in. I'm just observing for several years. You know what I mean? I used to even go to the study groups at Malik's bookstore on Crenshaw Boulevard. Malik know me. He had a bookstore for there forever. Now he's in the Crenshaw Mall. In all the debates, we used to come in, and some Arabs would come in, and we would debating with the Arabs and shit. So, but I never got all the way in where I was registered or suited and booted. So I was always a loner doing my thing. I also had a lady friend who was in the Nation of Islam. And when we used to go to the mall, she go on one side, I go on the other side, you know. But I was a civilian, right? Just peeping game. I loved the teaching. I got caught up in 70% of the teaching. But some of the shit I always said, you know, that's some old bullshit. But I liked the entertainment. It had a social, political message to it. It had some fire to it. And it jump-started me in a certain way that I'm appreciative of. But I never fell all the way in, right? So, but I'm young. I'm in my early 20s, right? So, when people just fall all the way in, you know what I mean? You sort of kind of just lose your independent thought. You know what I mean? But what York was teaching, my point is what York was teaching would have been a little too way out for me. Once you get to talk about you from somewhere else, and then I see you making, you know, it was just too far out for me. What you say? Wrong with the end of us. Yeah, so I made this video because I'm like, I need somebody to help me out here. Because there's too many of y'all saying, even though you weren't even down with the organization, and you hate, and you like, yeah, this motherfucker's a molester. Even though that, you guys, some of y'all are still saying he taught some good information. So I'm trying to figure out, what is this good information? And can someone post it in a comment thread or something? Either I'm tripping or the conscious community is crazy as a motherfucker. I swear to God. I swear to God. You know what I mean? I got fed up, so I just went live. I was on some intellectual shit, doing some research. And like, what are these people talking about? And they just pissed me off. So if there's some lessons that he was teaching that's good and some good information, anything about life, something about history, because nothing at all about his history correct. 90% of anything he talk about his history is dead wrong. Anything in science, there's only science. So there's no such thing as more science. Those are just cute phrases. More science and shit. Nobody says that but black Americans. There's no such thing as comedic science. There's only fucking science. That's it. Anything else is somebody trying to attach to it and be cute. Science is science. There's no different kind of science. It's one scientific method. Yeah, so I'm out of here. I just had a burning desire and I wanted to share. I'm out.